Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm super excited today because I am going to the Florida Gators and Kentucky Wildcats football game. I love football, and I wanted to do an affordable game day glam for all you college girls out there. You want something that lasts all day, you're going to be tailgating, you're going to be at the game, you might go out afterwards, so you just want to have something that's going to stay all day, you're not going to have to worry about it coming off. So that's what we're going to do today. I'm going to start with the Maybelline Master Primer. Ooh. Just rub it in. I have pretty large pores like at the front part right here. Just want to make sure those are filled in. This primer feels like lotion, but it also has like a silicone kind of texture once it dries down. We're gonna prime, and then I'm gonna do just one layer of foundation. I'm using the Covergirl TruBlend Matte Made foundation. I tested this out yesterday because I bought all this yesterday, and I'm gonna mix the shades M10 and M20 together. M10 has like more of a yellow tone to it, and then this M20 is a little bit more pink. I wasn't quite sure what shade I was going to be, so I just went ahead and bought two. This is pretty affordable. It's like less than $9, I think. So if you're, you're in college or on a budget, you don't want to be spending all your money on makeup. So this is a good alternative to, spending $40 on a foundation. So I'm going to use a beauty blender. I feel like with drugstore foundations, a beauty blender works better. I would normally use a sponge, but I feel like a beauty blender works better for some reason. So I do 2 pumps of the 20 and 2 pumps of the 10. You can definitely tell that one's pink, this one's more pink, and this one's more yellow. I'm gonna mix them together on the back of my hand and just have at it. This is a little light for me. I wasn't quite sure what shade I was gonna be, and I didn't want to be orange. So once we put bronzer, powder, all that on, it'll look fine. And normally I would do my eyes first, but like I said, we're gonna put this layer of foundation on, then we'll do the eyes, and then we'll come back. This is the Sonia Kashuk sponge. This is such a nice sponge. I haven't found any other sponges that I like as much as I like this sponge. You could stop here if you're not going to do like a full glam situation. If you're just going to go to class or something, you could probably just leave it like this. But like I said, we're doing full glam today. I even have some Sonia Kashuk lashes that we're going to try. I was messing with them earlier. They seem kind of flimsy, so if they're not going to work out, then I'm going to do those, not going to include them in the video, and I'll put some other lashes on that I have. We are gonna go with, okay, I didn't get an eyelid primer, just realized that. So I'm gonna go ahead with this Shape Tape eye primer. Just ignore this part. Just because stuff is high end doesn't mean that it won't be affordable at some point. I know Tarte has a lot of sales, and if you sign up for emails for any of the higher end brands like Tarte, Too Faced, Smashbox, they always send out emails where they have deals going on. So if you want high-end makeup but you don't want to pay the full price, it's a really good idea to sign up for those emails. Tarte recently had like a 30% off sale. I think that's when I got this, so this wasn't even full price. I think it was maybe like $10 or something like that, so it wasn't super expensive. So we're gonna use the Jaclyn Hill palette. I love this palette. I use it every single day. If I'm not going to do a special look, if I'm just regularly getting ready, I'm going to use this. It's got every color that you could really want in there. I know their shadows are good. They last all day. So we're just going to do a little Jaclyn Hill glam today. Pick up, all my brushes are dirty. Real life, right? Dirty brushes. Silk cream. I'm going to pat that all over the lid. Alrighty, got a little base going on. Now I'm gonna pick up the shade Pooter. It's just a little bit darker than that first shade that we used. It's got a little bit more warmth. Same brush. Okay. Because we're doing glam today, we're gonna kind of build up the color a little bit more than we would if we were just doing like a everyday kind of look. So now I'm gonna go into this yellow shade right here, right next to it, called Pukey. Just wanna keep this a little bit lower, more towards the outer corner. Take this, it's like a pointed shader brush. It has more of a like a tapered top. This is the Morphe out of this travel kit that I have, and I'm gonna pick up these two shades mixed together, this one and that one. Tap off the excess, just kind of get it on the tip of the brush and kind of work that into the crease and stay down low, don't go high. There we go. Now I'm gonna take this dark shade right here, Mocha, same brush. Just get it on the tip of the brush again. And go right back in, just keep layering, deepening up the outer corner there. Okay. I'm going to go one more shade darker. I am going to pick up a different brush. I'm going to pick up this brush. It's a little bit more dense. It's also from that little Morphe travel kit. And we're going to pick up this kind of like purpley brown chip. That's the name of that one. And we're going to focus that on the outer V. There we go. Now I'm going to take one of those first brushes that I started with, the Morphe M441. It's getting really bright outside if you can't tell. And I'm going to pick up the shade Butter, this one. And we're just going to get a little bit on there and kind of go over everything, make sure everything's really nice and blended together. Okay, so far so good. I know it looks a little messy, but once you put your foundation on, you can kind of clean this up with some concealer. Everything just seems to like look so much better once you've got like your base on, your bronzer, blush, all of that stuff. So for the lid, I'm gonna take my favorite Luxie 239 Precision Shader brush. I'm gonna spray it with some setting spray. I'm gonna use this NYX Finish Matte. Ooh, it would help if I sprayed it the right direction. There we go. I'm going to take this gold shade. This shade is super, super, super creamy. I think it's called Little Lady. No, Queen. Queen, of course, because it's gold. So, I love this shade. You can do this without spraying your brush because the shade is so creamy and pigmented. It's probably one of my favorite, like, glam shades because it's so pretty. See? So gold. It's so effortless. Just like that. Okay, so just like that. we go. And then I'm going to take a different brush. I like to use this one. I think there's no name or brand on it. I think I got it in an Ipsy Glam bag. It's like an old school looking eyeshadow brush, and I liked to put like a pretty shimmery color on the outside with this brush. So I'm gonna pick up this 24/7. It's like a deep bronzy brown shimmer. Just put that on the outer third. One more time, take that fluffy brush and just kind of go back over everything. There we go. So I'm gonna do something a little different today. I did this yesterday and it was really, really pretty. I'm gonna take this like flat, I guess it could be like a brow brush too, but like I'm gonna use it as an eyeliner brush. Take the black shade, Abyss, I think it's called. Yeah, and I'm gonna not wet it or anything, just get some, dip it in there, put some product on it, tap it off, and we're gonna use this as liner. Just wanna start on the outside, just keep it really close to your lash line. Okay, when you're doing dramatic makeup, you really want to do your eyes first before you do everything else, because you can see, I don't know if you can really tell, there's quite a bit of that black that I just got all over down here. So if you want to save yourself the trouble of like trying to refix up your makeup when you've already done your foundation, do your eyeshadow first. So we're gonna stop there with the eyes and we'll come back to them at the end after we've done the rest of our face. I'm gonna go back in with that foundation again. 2 pumps of one shade, 2 pumps of the other. All up in my hair. Problem when you have dark hair is getting foundation in it. I look like I got some Stacey London gray streaks going on. I'm gonna go ahead with some concealer now. I'm gonna use the Instant Age Rewind by Maybelline. Let's crank some up here. I'm using the shade Light. Their shades are so limited at the drugstore. It was like light, medium. So I went with Light. Just gonna tap that in. Okay, I'm gonna let that sit for a minute. I found that yesterday when I used this, it's a very wet feeling formula. So if you let it sit for a minute and let it kind of melt into your skin, it'll blend out a little bit easier and you'll get a little bit more coverage out of it. Oh, go ahead. I always save my under eyes for last, because they're going to need the most coverage, so you want it to sit on there the longest. And you want to take your pointy side, okay, all blended out, nice and highlighted. God, I love this sponge. Okay, so we're going to take the NYX HD finishing powder in the banana shade, and we're going to set our under eyes, same sponge. Get a lot on there. Let's see, that's better. Okay, close the blinds a little bit so it won't be so bright in here. I'm gonna set the rest of my face with the Makeup Revolution Luxury Baking Powder. It's also in the banana shade, but it's not nearly as yellow as that NYX one. It's actually more of peachy color. Use that. big fluffy brush. Okay, so it's okay if you're really powdery because you're gonna set this and you want to be really powdery. It's different if you don't live, I live in Florida obviously, so the humidity here, it really just melts your makeup. So for me, it's really good to put on a lot of extra powder because even after I set it, there's just, with the humidity, it's gonna get gross, for lack of a better word. So powder the crap out of your face. If you live in a humid climate, you're gonna spray it with setting spray. It's gonna melt all those powders together. But it's just a little tip. If you're humid and you're oily like me, powder it up. Okay, so I'm gonna take this NYX matte bronzer. I think it's medium. Yeah, medium. On this Tarte little angled brush. This has a lot of kick up, just so you know. I'm just gonna this bronzer is pretty warm. Do your jawline. Get your chin a nice, really narrow, especially if you have a round face like me, just to warm up the center of my face. Really good. Oh, one more thing. Want to give yourself that full lip look. Just give your, see how that changed it in like 2 seconds. Just a little underneath, and it gives you that definition here. It almost makes it look like your lip is like rolled out. Super easy trick. Okay. We are going to do some blush. I'm using this Firma number 102 brush, and I'm using the True Match blush in the shade Rosy Outlook. A little bit more. There we go. Really pretty blush. I usually like these kind of like rosy, kind of deep, almost like a mauve-y pink shade. And it's pretty buildable. It doesn't, it's not super pigmented to where as soon as you put it on, you feel like you put too much on. If you feel like you've brought your contour or bronzer or blush down too far, you can go ahead in with your powder brush and just kind of dust it back here and create your new marks. I'm going to use this Model's Own Sculpt and Glow. There we go, Sculpt and Glow. This is in the medium to tan shade, and I'm going to pick up this Sculpt color, which is deeper than that bronzer, just a little tiny bit, and just more focused and natural. Okay, I'm going to go in with the powder. I'll use this NYX powder, and we're going to carve out your cheeks here. My cheeks, not yours. So excited to use this highlighter. This is the Wet n Wild Mega Glow highlighting powder in the shade Precious Petals. I tried this out yesterday. It is stunning. Isn't that stunning? This was like $4.79. So pretty. All right. I have recently purchased this Maybelline Total Temptations brow definer in the shade Medium Brown. I like this. I'll start by just kind of lining the bottom part of your brow to kind of give it some definition. Spoolie and just brush them through. Oh, I'm going to put some eyeliner on. In my waterline, I'm using the Rimmel Scandalized the Rimmel Scandalized Waterproof Kohl eyeliner in the shade Black. I used to use this stuff in high school all the time, and I forgot how freaking good it was. Gosh, that makes such a difference. So when I'm doing like really glam, you know, you want like a date night or something like that, I will line my waterline all the way across the bottom and halfway up in the top, just to kind of give your eyes like more definition and make them stand out a little bit more. I'm going to take the Morphe M433 that we used on our eye, the shade here, Pooter. And we're going to go under our lower lash line. We'll start there. Morphe M432, like a flat top brush. I'm going to pick up that purpley shade, Chips, that we put on the outer, and we're going to stamp it along the lower lash line. Pick up that butter shade we used when we blended everything out on top, and just blend everything together on the bottom. We're going to do the brow bone and the inner corner highlight. I'm going to take the shade Beam from the Jaclyn Hill palette. I have these Sonia Kashuk number 606 lashes. I've never tried these. I'll put these on and I'll be right back. Okay, I am back with some lashes and mascara on. I used the L'Oreal Lash Paradise as the mascara. The lashes are okay. They're kind of like sticking straight out. I don't know that I would purchase these again, but they're okay. I mean, the whole look looks fine. I'll probably curl them with an eyelash curler to kind of get them to come together a little bit more and flip up. So this one's kind of straight. This one flips up a little bit more. Okay, lips, and then we are finished. My absolute favorite, the NYX Lingerie in Seduction. It's a liquid lip. I love this. This is by far my favorite lip product to use. This lasts all day. I wore this for my wedding. It stayed all night long. It's fantastic. So, and it's like $7 or $8, I think. So well worth it. Oh, it's such a pretty color. It just kind of brings your whole look, at least for my skin tone, this lipstick kind of just brings my whole look together. We are back. The lip is on. Like I said, I love this lip. It lasts a long time and it looks really, really nice with this look today. And I am going to finish off with that setting spray, if I can find it here. The NYX Matte Finish Setting Spray. Fan. I forgot. I was so distracted by how pretty the highlighter was. I forgot to put it down my nose and on my Cupid's bow. So I'll just go ahead and do that now. There we go. There we are. Alrighty guys, I'm going to go do my hair and I will be back. Okay, I'm back. I did my hair with my time iron. If you guys want to see a tutorial with the time iron, just let me know. The lash glue was really bothering my eyes, so I took the lashes off and I just used that Lash Paradise, L'Oreal Lash Paradise. I think it still looks really nice and pretty. So far the foundation, I feel like it looks really nice. It's very matte, like it says. I hope it stays matte the rest of the day. And stay tuned at the end of the video for some videos from the football game itself. Have a great day.
Only Gators get out alive.